It was big, y'all. You didn't think it was that big. You just thought it was like, oh, a cute little story of how they bought their house. No. Hey y'all, what's up? How we doing today? Guys, we just got back from our trip on MSC. It was a very interesting time, and if you would like to see those vlogs, you can go ahead and check those out on Griff and Alyssa after you watch this video, of course. But since we just got back, we have a lot of things to do. We have to unpack our suitcases, do the laundry, and right now I have to go grab some groceries because we don't have any food in the house. So let's go to the store, see what we grab, and then I feel like I have to tell you a story. I feel like there's a story that I have to tell you. So we'll do that as we do all the things. So come along, let's go. Dang, almost out of gas. Now typically we do all of this stuff kind of together. It makes it a little bit faster. We just kind of go to the store, divide and conquer. But unfortunately, Cullen is not feeling well. He got the cruise crud. Ugh. So I'm praying that he gets better soon and he stays away from all of us, if you know what I mean. So I am going to go do the grocery shopping. I'm also going to stop at Target to make sure that he gets the medicine that he needs so he can heal very quickly, because nobody wants the cruise crud. And he was so careful. He was like double washing his hands. I think that was the problem. He was a little too careful. Long story short, y'all need to wash your hands before you go to the buffet. It's gross. All right, let's go. What should I do first? I'm gonna go to Aldi first and get the groceries I need there. Then I'm going to go to Sam's, go into Sam's. Then we're gonna get gas at Sam's. And then we're going to go to Target, all while hopefully staying under $200, because that is my budget for today for groceries and gas. Can she do it? I don't think so, but we are going to find out, aren't we? $83 at Aldi, a little more than I had hoped to spend, but I realized I can pretty much buy everything here instead of going to Sam's. So all in all, it wasn't too bad. We also got a bunch of fruit because one, Noah likes fruit, but two, we have life group tonight and our theme is salad. So I'm going with fruit salad, aka sangria. So I bought a little extra fruit for that and some sparkling water to go in the sangria. Now let's go get gas. So, fun fact, before we went on our trip, the very first thing we did was stop at Sam's Club to fill up with gas. Now, I didn't pay attention to Cullen filling up the gas tank, but unfortunately, when we went to go fill up for gas, Cullen wasn't paying attention either. And so he just heard it click and he thought it was done, and we started driving away. Now, if anybody, hold on, let me turn this off. Sorry, y'all. I'm singing on Sunday, and so my rehearsal mix is going. I just glanced over, because I'm obviously in the passenger seat, and I realized that the gas tank is not full. Like, we were still sitting at about half a tank. We didn't have less than half a tank to begin with. So I don't know what happened, but he just heard it click off, and then he drove away. So we essentially went on our trip without getting gas. And so now the gas tank is completely empty, and you betcha the gas is now $3.23 a gallon. That's just so annoying. Guys, I hate spending all this money for gas, but I am sitting in line to get gas. I don't have my Sam's card, but I do have the app, so I'm hoping that it works, because I've not gotten it with the app before. I've actually, usually when we get to go to Sam's, Cullen gets gas, so I'm hoping this works, because I'm sitting here and I'm wasting gas trying to get it. $37 to fill up La Bronca. I forgot what we named our car. We're kind of a little close here. I mean, I still have plenty of budget left. Unfortunately, like I mentioned before, Cullen has the cruise crud, and that means I have to go buy NyQuil and Mucinex and all the things that cost a bajillion dollars, because he took all the last of what we had. On my way to Target to pick out some medicine, also some wine for that sangria that I will be making for Life Group. Hi Noah, baby. I'm almost done. This is my last stop. Hi Noah, I love you. Okay, bye-bye. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you in a minute. Love you. Alright, y'all, this California Roots Rosé is one of my go-tos, because it's only $5 for a regular bottle, but it's $9 for a liter and a half. Can't go well. Pretty decent rosé, and I'm going to be adding some things to it, so, I mean, can't beat the price, and I'll have some leftovers, so. Target total was $43.82, but I had a $15 gift card. Love that. That's why I shop at Target. I get gift cards all the time for buying all the things that I normally buy anyway. Oh, we stayed under budget. Good job, y'all. I'm impressed with myself. Now let's get home, unload the car, and do all the other things. Also, I'm supposed to tell y'all a story, right? Guess I should tell that when I get home. We'll see you there. Wagon life is the only life. We tried to live our life without a wagon. That was silly. It's just so much easier. How you feeling? Well, I bought you some medicine.
Thank you.
I hope it helps. Do you want to guess how much money I spent?
$260.
Okay, I went to Aldi, got gas, and went to Target.
$260.
$140!
Let's go!
Yeah! Staying under budget. Look, he thought I went over budget.
I 100% thought you went over budget.
I stuck to the list. For the most part. I got a few things that weren't on the list.
When we stick to the list, we typically stay under 150.
Hey, Dirk. See you later. Put all of the groceries away, and then we're going to start on our fruit salad, aka sangria. So it's nice and chilled and ready for tonight. So I just put Noah down for a nap. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's being a little dramatic. She just had her milk. I put her in bed with Teddy, and she's going, bye mama, bye mama, bye mama. And she's screaming. She's also developed this new scream that has to go. It sounds like a growl, and this girl can't handle it. So I'm hoping that it's just her way of trying to get attention, get what she wants, and if we don't give it to her, she'll stop. Fingers crossed. I don't like that. All right, so I washed the berries. I'm going to prep the fruit, and then we can make the sangria. I'm using a recipe kind of loosely because it has things in there that I don't know if I want to have in there, and I found another recipe that I liked a little better, but I'd already planned on using the other recipe, so I'm just gonna mix some recipes and hopefully it tastes pretty good. But I don't have like a standard pitcher, but we have these almond cow pitchers that might work, and or this giant mason jar. So I think the almond cow pitchers might be a little easier because they have this little handle and it comes with like a spout, a pour spout. So we're just gonna make two separate containers. I don't know how many ounces this is though, so let me figure that out so I can make the right amount. Good to know. One of these pitchers is essentially one of these giant mason jars. So it says it's almost 8 cups. All right, let's get to mixing. Now I'm kind of playing on a peach rosé sangria. So I got some peaches, some strawberries. I should have picked up raspberries to be honest, but they were a little more expensive. So peaches, strawberries, and lemons, and I'm going to put them in the container. I also have some brandy, and I have some peach sparkling water. So hopefully that's enough to make it tastes good. I might add a little bit of sugar because I'm not sure if it's going to be sweet enough. I don't like drinks entirely too sweet, but you don't want it to be super bitter either. Whoopsies. Take the seeds out of the lemon. Don't want anyone to get a seed. All right, so one. Gosh, these lemons smell so good. One. We'll just do 2 lemons in each. 2. Oh my gosh, I just put a seed. I took the seed out of the lemon and I put it directly in the container. What is wrong with me? That is called tired. Peaches. I say measure with your heart. The recipe calls for 1/4 cup of brandy to 1 bottle of wine. So technically I have 2 bottles of wine here. And I'm unsure how much I actually have in here, so we're just gonna see. Like I said, measure with your heart. Oh, we have plenty. Ooh, I spilled it. It's a little stronger. Oh well. I also saw a recipe that added Grand Marnier instead, and I have that as well, but I think we're gonna stick with the traditional brandy. And then we're gonna pour in our wine. Look at this baby. Remember when I said I was going to have some left over? Well, I lied. I'm just going to make a bunch of sangria with it, I guess. Ooh, she smells good. I just got this from Aldi. Peach sparkling water. Ooh. We will give her a stir. Not with that spoon. A stir. All right, my personal opinion, does not need any sugar. So I think that's pretty good to go. We're gonna put it in the refrigerator and chill. I might add some mint to it, actually. I'm gonna add some mint to it.
Hello.
Hello. What are you up to?
Salt for your steaks.
Oh, I don't think that goes on my steak.
What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing? I'm getting salts for the water softener. 6 bags. Morton's Sea Salt. You know, you could just get the containers and just pour it in there, right?
What?
The salt, you just salt the water, right?
No, Cullen.
Is that how it works?
No, that's a bad dad joke. It literally says water softener pellets, not sea salt.
How big are these actually things?
I don't know. I've never seen them.
Huh, check it out.
Oh, wow.
Can you eat it? All right, we got to pour all 6 of these bags into this thing. 1 rock at a time.
It's gonna take a long time. Oh, it's dark in there. There it is. Hello. 6 bags, huh?
6 bags.
Oh.
Going in. No, not that bad at all. So what's up? What's new?
Well, I told these guys that we owed them a story.
What kind of story?
They wanted to know our little situation here.
What
like,
situation?
We moved into a new home.
That don't sound like a situation. That sounds like a blessing.
It is a very big blessing because of the situation that happened at the old home.
Oh, that.
The reason why we are here.
That was very frustrating and dangerous and scary, and explains why Noah is getting sick.
It was big, y'all. You didn't think it was that big. You just
Yeah.
thought it was like, oh, a cute little story of how they bought their house.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm,
It was
all.
awful.
All right. So the story. That's actually pretty loud, louder than I thought. We'll dump a bag. We'll tell a story now, and then we'll dump a bag. And it'll be like Risa Tisa.
Like Risa Tisa.
We'll tell a little bit of the story, and then we'll dump a bag. Grab a bag. Everybody grab a bag.
Okay, y'all, so I guess I'm going to tell you this story while he just puts all the salt in the thing because these are 40-pound bags. And not that your girl can't do it, but I can't even open the bag. I'm struggling here. It's probably just hot. But I'm going to pour that in. Dump, 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 dump. Story time. So we moved into this old house. It was last year? When did we move into this house? The old house.
Last June.
Last June. So 2023. Noah was only a couple months old. She wasn't even 6 months old yet. And we moved into this house. We were super excited about it. There's a giant backyard. There was a patio that we could put all of our exercise equipment. Anyhow, long story short, it's going to be longer than that. I lied. About a month into it, we heard a lot of noise coming in the ceiling, and we saw some little droppings outside, which appeared to be rats. And so we reached out to our landlord. We're like, hey, can you come check this out? They're like, cool, that looks like lizard droppings. Lizards. Okay, so I'm talking like these droppings were like this big. The lizards are only this big. There's no way they're pooping more than a quarter of their size. That doesn't make any sense. These must be a lot of pooping lizards. So we're like, no, that's not the case. So they finally decided that they'd reach out to an exterminator, and it was months before we got an exterminator to actually try to start fixing the problem because
They started price shopping. So what happened was they called one person, which I understand. It's okay to get quotes, you know, see who's going to offer the best deal to effectively do the same. They came in, got a quote, and then a week passed, and they ended up getting a quote from another company. And then another week passed, and a third person came in for another quote, and then I realized, okay, this is getting kind of ridiculous. It got to the point where, like, I exactly knew where the holes and stuff were. So when the fourth person came, I said, hey, let me show you around where all the rat holes are at. And this guy was actually one of the best guys because he stayed longer anyway. He goes, cool, I found like 3 more spots. and I will send my report. The first person that came ended up doing it for the cheapest price, and at this point he had all the reports. So they were like buddy because he works for the landlord long term. So he was gonna fix the rats.
Right, but he never actually inspected the property. That's the important part.
Never actually came to inspect the property.
They got free quotes from all these other people. It was just a mess. I mean, the guy's nice, but like, it's not safe for our family. We had a baby crawling around. She could have eaten rat poop. I think it was like maybe October or November before they even started treating for the rats that we found in July.
Yeah.
Which is a disaster. Fast forward a little bit. We're dealing with rats. They're coming, they're checking, they're catching rats, okay, which is gross, but they're catching them.
They're catching big rats.
Like rats.
It's
they're
disgusting.
not like mice. So I was like, okay, well, surely they've got to like fix the problem. Like surely the rats are going to be gone. No. Refused to patch the hole. We literally had rats until the day we moved out.
Yes.
But that wasn't the reason we were able to move out. There was more.
I have been getting sick. Like, lots of stuff in the lungs. This one's different. I was sick last week. That has nothing to do with what had been happening last year. So, kept getting sick. Didn't know what the problem was. I thought I kept getting sick because Noah kept getting sick.
Yeah, well, because, she's little and carries a lot of germs.
Carries a lot of germs, right? She would have phlegm in her chest. She wasn't sleeping through the night. When I mean, like, babies wake up through the night, right? Because of the what's the poopy stomach?
The poopy stomach.
You know what I'm talking about when babies get they have gas. You know what I'm talking about when babies have gas? I just don't know the name of that. What is it called?
I don't know.
They're really gassy.
Colic.
Colic.
She didn't have colic.
Yeah, she didn't have colic. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
But you were trying to figure out why she's not sleeping through the night. She was waking up. I'm talking about like every 30, 45 minutes is what it is through the night. Coughing, sneezing, not feeling good. We would take her to the doctor. And we just could not figure out what it was until something clicked. Alyssa started smelling, since we moved in, something that was stale. Start there.
Oh, from the day we moved in? Yeah, it smelled stale. And I thought I was just like a horrible housewife because I couldn't figure out how to get rid of the smell. I cleaned everything. I scrubbed the floors. I scrubbed the walls. I used all these kinds of like fresheners and like essential oils and literally everything. Nothing worked. Not anything at all. It would smell okay for like 5 minutes and we'd leave the house and come back and it would still stink.
It was just like stale. And so clearly it wasn't a germ thing, so that's why we thought, okay, Noah's just getting sick and I'm getting sick because she goes to like daycare or something at church or something. So this one day it rained a lot. Really, really windy, and the patio ceiling tiles fell.
Right, so we had a drop ceiling on our like patio. I don't know why they did it that way. Because of the wind, it essentially knocked at least one of them down.
I went and got them, picked them up, and noticed that there was mold growing on them. And I was like, oh snap, there's mold. We should probably get this checked out. Called the landlord, and I was like, hey, in the lease it says that if I see mold, I need to report mold. Right? So I held up my end of the contract. I said, cool, let me submit that in. They didn't text me back for about a week. And I said, cool, let me go ahead and submit another text message and email. And I was really pissed. I sent an email. And so then they came out to check out the panels. And so they're checking out the panels. They're checking out like the rat stuff. And I'm like, hey, you guys still haven't gotten this fixed. By the way, I do need you to fix it. And she is like, okay, yeah, no problem. And the mold. And he's like, oh, it's dust. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure it's mold.
It's dust. That's important.
And I was like, oh, no, it's definitely mold. We should probably just get it inspected. And so, yeah, we'll get it inspected. I'll send an inspector out next week. So, week goes by. I send a text message like, hey, any update on a mold inspector? No response. Completely ignored me. Didn't respond back. So, I decided to call my own inspector, basically. I was like, well, let me just call my own inspector.
Because it was a free quote,
It's a free quote, right? That's what they're going to do. They're going to shop around quotes anyway. I was like, cool. Got the inspector, really cool guy, really professional, came in, and he found mold throughout the house.
The whole house.
The whole house. And as he's, like, pointing to mold one by one, he's like, this is it. You can see where they, like, painted over mold here. You can see where they painted over mold here. And this is things we didn't know. And then he goes, here, let's go check out, the bedroom. Checks out our room, And he's like, okay, it's really bad in here. You can see in these sections here, you wouldn't know, but like this is called like whatever. They painted over the mold. You see where it's getting kind of orange here. And then he goes over into my office. He goes, you can see here, which I hang out in, right?
This like all the time.
This is why I'm getting sick. Alyssa's going to church and working at church. This is why I'm getting sick all day, because I'm inhaling mold all day because I work from the house. This is the kicker. This is where I got like 10 pissed. If you ever want to see me mad, this is it. The worst amount of mold, the most in the central location, was in Noah's room, blowing air right into there. And
because the rats chewed the insulation.
Yes. So I was getting to that.
Too upset to wait.
Yeah. So the mold guy found mold was like blowing into Noah's room, but he couldn't confirm it unless he got a toxicology report or toxicity report. Yeah. Basically seeing how toxic was the mold in the air in the first place. Was it like XYZ? No, it was like 10 bad. He said that you guys would need to do a cleanse. It is this type of mold. It is growing.
He told us not to sleep there.
He goes, I would immediately recommend that you vacate the premises, and I would not sleep here. So we had to move everything, like Noah's stuff, out, wash it. She started sleeping at her parents, like
literally that night. We got out and
Noah
moved
out.
to my parents.
Alyssa moved out. Like I kind of stayed and like did some stuff, got things out. We started moving out almost immediately, and I had to craft an email from like legal counsel, give them a 7-day notice. For those that are in like real estate and know stuff like this, you have to give them like a 7-day notice. They don't make any movements in the next 7 days, then you can get your deposit back or something like that. Not a lawyer, right? But anyways, sent that in. Again, they sent their response. Hey, I was informed that it was dust. Well, they said the inspector that I sent over was dust. And so I was like, which inspector did you send? Because I've been at the house. I work at home all week.
They didn't send.
If you did send someone without us being home, that's against the law, because you didn't get confirmation from that. We didn't schedule anything.
Right. We also have a camera doorbell, so
yeah,
we know
we have camera doorbell. Someone changed. So you're either lying or someone lied. Someone has lied. So I got screenshots of those text messages and emails. But yeah, they didn't move on for 7 days, and so we started moving out. And then they got mad because we didn't give them a heads up enough time. Long story short, after that legal notice went through, they gave us our refund by Monday. We moved out on Saturday.
Yeah.
That took place all within like 3 days.
Yeah. That was March, and our lease wasn't up until June. So we didn't owe them a cent more, and they gave us our security deposit back, which was $3,000, which is wild. Yeah, it was not a great situation. It's actually great timing because we were looking at a spot, and we ended up in this beautiful place, and we closed on it right in time. We lived with my parents for about a week or so. It was about a week
and a half or so.
Which we were very gracious for their hospitality, so we didn't die from the inhalation of mold.
Yeah.
So there's your story.
There's your story of how we ended up getting a new house.
Rat and mold free. We decided to add 5 bags because it's pretty high up there, and so now we just have this extra bag for next time. So now that we're home for a little bit, I'm going to kind of clean out Noah's stroller a little bit. This is her travel stroller, and we use it when we go on cruises specifically, but like when we go to the beach and we put her in there and she's wet and she probably pees because her swim diapers don't really hold, pee. I noticed on our cruise it was starting to smell kind of bad, probably like salt and seaweed and pee, so we're just gonna kind of scrubby dub and get things to smelling nice. Alright, I'm just using some mild dish soap. I didn't really look at how else to clean it. I felt like it didn't need a lot, just a little scrubby scrub, a little freshen up. So I'm just gonna hose her down and then we'll be all set. Oh, this is dumb.